this is how to eat like a king on shit seafood that would fucking rival the taste of any restaurant in New York, LA, you name it. All bought from the dollar store. So I'm eating for literally pennies relatively a day. And this is how I made it. 2 of these 4 cheese Del Monte spaghetti sauces in here, okay? Added with 2 salsas of your choice, 2 Parmesan cheese, some pure H2O, maybe about 2.5 to 4 cups. Then what I did is I added 1.25 cups of rice to 1.25 cups of beans, all right? And the rice and bean combination equals a protein. Then what I did is, let's see, I added 2 of these Meyer ground turkeys to that sauce, and I stirred it in so it wasn't clumpy, and it was just like a background of protein, and that's a white meat to go with the fish. And I let that cook for a while, and and I put in 1 Zito balsamic vinaigrette, all right? And then after it had cooked for a bit, I added 6 Kingsway shrimps, and I'll tell you what, this shit right here, that's like 46 grams of protein per bag. Yeah. And then I added 3 imitation crabs, and that was actually 3 times, that's 45 grams of protein, so that's 125 total. And then gourmet seafood mix, and this shit is like, let's see, there is 13 grams and then 3.5 servings, so what is that, 39, and then half of 13, it's like 45.2 or something like that. But anyways, all added into there, and you know what, I've been eating off this for 4 solid days like a king, and that shit is the bomb. And what I'm going to do is heat it up, and you know what, well, fuck it, let me load this, and then we'll get to, turn this on high. Should I have cut and got on to the next little item? Well, that's on high. We'll get to that. This right here is a protein shake, and if you can see the mackerel right there, there's 2 cans of mackerel, so that's 140 grams of protein just in this one shake. Added 2 bananas, some bee pollen, and sometimes the seeds of honeydew melon. You know, that's peanuts with the frozen honeydew. That shit is the bomb. Anyway, yeah, I eat 2 of these. I eat 2 of those shakes a day. I mean, 2 of those blenderfuls a day. It's like a lot. And I'll tell you this, as that's going, this right here, that's water, okay? But see how the suds kind of like in a whirlpool, and then you turn the whirlpool off, and all those soapy suds look like water again. Well, you know what? This is the reason why people that fuck with Dan Quinn are going to cry themselves to sleep one day, possibly. And the reason for it is because I discovered, let that sit for a second and then do it again. Yeah, we'll turn this on. Now, I don't know if I pointed this out, but you can go back. The water level was at 3, and when this returns the water with soap on top, what's going to happen? It's going to be like at about 2.25, 2.5, and the rest is going to be all the soapy shit, right? And I get all that out, and Peachy came back from the dead. And it's not like when I get a little money, I'm not going to be able to duplicate the Peachy miracle, okay? And yeah, I'm gonna go ahead, pour that, drink half of it, and then drink the other half in the morning. And you know what? I drink one in the middle of the day, a whole blenderful, and that's 2 blenderfuls, and that's a lot of protein. And you know what? I mean, most guys that are trying to, lean up and, look their best, they're not eating nearly as much as I am. And you know what? I'm going to have a lot of energy. Not to mention the fact that stevia snorts stronger than cocaine. And you know what? In a little bit, there's going to be a big fucking layer of soap on top of that water. And what I want to do is get a cat and feed it nothing but the soapy shit. When it returns to looking like water, blend that up in tuna fish. And I say that it laps itself up into maybe like desiccating, drying from within. Yeah, dying from within. And you know what? Fucking Scott Smith, talking shit on me, dude, you're going to look so fucking poor. I was just looking, through your history. And you know what? Before you fought Jamie Hara, you didn't have any hands, okay? Zero. None, all right? You were getting your fucking ass handed to you by Ahmad Hempstead. And then in 8 short weeks, from sparring with you and fucking working with you and doing this and that, you knocked out Jamie Hara in 9 seconds. And I diagrammed that 9 seconds, gave it to you, okay? And what have you done? You talk shit. Rick Vardell now wants me to get a blood test. You know what? That's cool, man. Did you do me a favor, Scott Smith? I say let's do a blood test across the entire spectrum for steroids and anything illegal. Because you know what? I'm all good. No steroids. I do smoke weed. I have a doctor's script for that. And you know what? Lots of stevia. And it's all good. And I'll tell you this, man. Have I said this before? But truth. I was watching James Irvin's fight against Angel Deanda, and I thought they both fucking looked pretty good, man. And then I saw James. I was like, damn. I said, who's that? The dude's going bald. They're like, that's James Irvin because he's taking so many steroids. And it's like, wow. You know what? Yeah. Guys that take steroids, where would they be without them, man? I'm right here, okay? This is me without them. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to do it. And put it like this, dude. See that big-ass fucking layer of soap right there? Now, some of this is still water that's coming back. You can't really see it. It's not clear, but shit's falling. And it started off right here. Well, maybe it is down to I mean, I'll tell you what. There's so much fucking shit in water. It's not even funny. And this will all fall down until it's right here. Okay? And I get that shit out, and it does amazing stuff, man. And you know what? It is what it is. I'm going to have a lot of money. There's going to be big blenders that are doing just that all over the country. Blending stevia and water and then selling the pure and probably getting subsidized from the government for getting that toxic shit out and clearing the way. I mean, we can actually make water. They can, I heard, starve algae, starve them from oxygen or something like that, and they're gonna start producing fucking oxygen. I don't know. You know what? I have to research that a little bit more. But yeah, so if we build or grow more trees and shit, you know what? Oxygen and hydrogen make water, H2O, right? So, anyways, we can make more water. Yeah, and I guess I'll turn that down. But this shit right here, that's absolutely delish. You know, flavor it as you will with different sauces. You know, a different dressing besides that balsamic vinaigrette. But you know, add that to the spaghetti sauce. It tastes like a fucking sauce that you pay big money for. In some fancy fucking restaurant. And I'm eating. Well, you can fill this entire thing up, okay? And I'm eating that easily each and every day, okay? I've already finished one, and I'm about to go to bed, but I figured, you know what, I'm hungry, so I'm going to heat this up now, and then I'll just reheat it in the morning, and I'll have to make another one. But 6 plus 3 plus 3, that's 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, maybe like $20 total, okay? And it's lasted me 4 going on 5 days. You know what? That's a bargain, okay? It's all protein. And guess what? Martina Navratilova, that book of yours I read, Eat Right to Win, okay? You stated that it was good to eat 70% carbs, about 20% or so of protein, and then throw 10% or so of fat, all right? I say you're a fucking fraud. That you were where you were because you were on steroids, that if you were maintaining the same diet I was when I read your book, your body would have been failing, okay? Fatigue. And you know what? Like I said, you're a fraud. And here's a little tip. If you're exercising, a lady who owns a sports nutrition place on Greenback, I can't remember the name, but it was Danny Hinkle's relative. She told me that you need to eat a gram of protein per body weight. And when I started doing that, my energy soared. You know what? Nothing close to what stevia does. But see that that soap? That's different, okay? You can tell. It's just sitting there. You know what? This is all clear now. And I get that shit out. And that's going to make me rich as fuck, Scott Smith. And you know what? I'm not going to belabor the point, man. But when your dad told me, okay, that Smith Steel let me go because he was expecting me to actually go into the yard and fucking like get it into shape, you know what, like up production or something. And I'm like, you know what, dude? I didn't say this, but I'm not a mind reader, okay? And I was novice. I was making low money on the fucking on the pay scale, and you know what? That's unheard of for a novice to go in and fucking, tell journeyman and fucking shit what to do, especially if he wasn't told that he was supposed to do that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what? Yeah, my nose is running because I used that fucking, it doesn't matter, okay? I'll pass any drug test, so fuck off everybody, Yeah, so like I said, man, literally, this shit's going to disappear, and it's going to go back into the water that you and everybody else is drinking. And it's shit that I'm getting out, the pure H2O, makes it so I'm competing and doing fairly well, against the 20-somethings. I mean, ask Bonapua, right? His collarbone. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is, dude. You know what? You fucking opening your mouth or letting somebody in your camp disparage my fucking name so Rick Vardell feels it necessary for me to get a blood test. You know what? Like I said, maybe a blessing in disguise. I say, let's do it, okay? And know this. Getting this shit out of the liquid that Peachy consumed brought that cat back into perfect health. So there was a time when she was on my floor and she was the picture of health. And she was a fucking skeleton sneezing blood bubbles at the veterinarian about to be put to sleep, all right? So when everybody out there that's talking shit that hasn't played the violin and lit their woman's pussy into orgasmic fucking fire and had her go, oh my God, you know what? You better pay attention and snort that stevia shit because that was a miracle my pussy just felt, right? You know what? You guys should wake the fuck up because what I'm saying is true, okay? And it's slowly coming to fruition, you know what, all across the country. I mean, what's up, Juechu? How many women have you guys pleasured at haven't told their professors, in colleges that are all around Harvard on the East Coast. Anyways, it is what it is. But you know what, Scotty? Bad timing, man, because this shit's getting famous, partner. Peace.